Drifting is a sideways evolution from traditional motorsports. Each driver competes for points given out by a select panel of judges. The three major scoring criteria are line, angle and style. Together they form a score out of 100. Line is a racing line marked out by clipping points. Drivers need to consistently hit these areas to score maximum points. Angle is how much rear slip angle a car produces. Competitors need to engage as much opposite steering lock as possible to receive a higher score. Style is a combination of driving technique, showmanship, brake application, throttle control and overall driver ability. Teams and drivers have 2 laps in qualifying to start the competition. The top qualifiers move through into a seeded battle tree, battling through each bracket until the top 4 drivers compete for the final podium. A drift battle requires each driver to take turns leading and chasing. The lead driver's objective is to match or better their performance in qualifying. The chase car's objective is to get as close as possible to the rear quarter of the leading car, using it as a mobile clipping point. The judges' lineup for the 2019 season features a wealth of experience as Brendan Dunker returns as line judge. More than 15 years in the sport, a D1NZ veteran and series technical advisor with 35 points up for grabs. Dan Mackey is back again, based out of Sydney with the High-Tech Drift Australia Series, another driver with more than 15 years experience. He's been a drift judge since 2013, as well as joining the lineup for the annual International Drift Challenge as part of World Time Attack. Our third and final judge for the weekend is former Pro Series driver Zach Pohl. Based out of Auckland, driving a new 900 horsepower RB28 Nissan S15, Zach joins us as style judge for the weekend. More than 10 years in the sport with experience overseas competing in the BDC, as well as some iconic wins during multiple D1NZ campaigns against the one and only Mad Mike Woodard. Well, this weekend we are back at Pukekohe Park Raceway, one of the fastest drifting circuits in the world. Just south of Auckland City, Pukekohe plays host to round 4 of the 2019 championship, the penultimate round before the grand final at Manfield Raceway. It's a fast entry into the turn 1 sweeper, 200 kilometers an hour sideways towards the first outside transition zone on the right hand side of the track. A lot of speed to scrub off and keep the car under control to navigate the S's. Off the outside zone is a left-right combo of inside clips. The curbs are aggressive here and can upset the balance of the car if it's not set up correctly. From here it is an outside clip on the left hand side of the track before cutting the car across through to a final inside clip, powering out to finish the section. It's a fast lap around here. This weekend is all about the speed, and it is the penultimate round of the 2019 D1NZ Championship. Who will top the podium before the grand final? It is round 4, the home of drift, presented by DKM Fabrication.
Your wear hair is always smooth.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Round number 4 of the D1NZ. Of course, it is pro time, brought to us by the Galore Parts Group. Qualifying, of course, brought to us by Panhead. Sitting in first place in the championship, Darren Kelly sits in first place with 244 points. Matty Hill out of Australia on a 188. Adam Davies on 178 in third place from Damon Templeman on 173. And then Fanger Dan Woolhouse on a 162 points for fifth. That is the title chase here, round 4. Is this the place that we're going to get first hand on the trophy? Hi, I'm Steve Daniel, your commentator this weekend. We're going to be joined shortly by a number of drivers, etc., to talk us through the Pro Championship. Of course, leading out and winning and taking out pole position is Michael Thorley in the NZ machine with a fantastic result. 68 points to take out the first, or his first hand on the trophy anyway. He's certainly doing a great job leading out the Pro Sport Championship. Well, it looks like it is going to be the first car up, and it will be the Galore Parts Group 2JZ powered GT86. Of course, that's our D1NZ vehicle, and this weekend campaigned by Jake Jones from Oz, but he's coming over to battle his way, hopefully, to supremacy. Of course, a huge fan of the RB motor. He said to me, this one's a bit slow, Steve. Why? Because it's a 2J. I guess my love of RB, or dislike of them, has obviously gone over to the West Island of Australia. If you're actually tuning in from us, big shout out to you guys. Welcome along to the fourth round of the D1NZ. And of course, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. Galore Parts Group bringing us the Pro Championship. Turbo Smart distributed by North Shore Toyota. Pukekohe Tyres, your local tyre guys here in Pukekohe. Blacklion Tyres.co.nz, and of course Panhead Brewery, Casper Transmissions, NZ Vapor, DKM Fabrication, Mimico, V Energy, and TTI Racing Gearboxes. Well, the first car is sent, and it will be the Galore Parts Group GT86. Let's see what Jake Jones can do as he fires down into Pukekohe for his first lap, dialing on the angle here. First run of the day in Pro. Comes through one wheel off though as he starts, sets himself up, and that was a 190 kilometre an hour start for him. Oh, gets it. It's a little bit ugly. He said that the 2J wasn't fast enough at 190 kilometres an hour. I'm going to say Jake Jones, you're telling porkies, mate. So, and I can tell you that some strange thing, I'll talk to you in a sec as we finish off and watch what has essentially got wrong is the Galore Parts Group machine of Jake Jones. I'm getting whispered to in my ear via the radio, but we have... Anyway, the judges' scores are up, and it is a 38-point pass, 15, 17, and 6. Jake Jones, what he's certainly going through. Let's have a look at what the problem is on track, why we've got this hold-up. So I think there's something on the track. There it is. So very centre of the shot, there's debris on the track as the crew have gone through. We've got a stopped car maybe. I wonder if our cameraman can push in slightly and show. I wonder what that is. Sway bar or something.
I think maybe get her in the centre.
I'll tell you one person that could probably tell me would be the man who led out qualifying, 68-point pass. Big congratulations, Panhead qualifying for Pro on screen at the moment. But we will shortly welcome to the commentary box none other than our top qualifier today in Pro Sport. Of course, a Turbo Spark Pro Sport Championship. Michael Thorley, congratulations, mate.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for that.
So, great result for you.
Yeah, it's a awesome result.
How are you feeling under the when you're behind the wheel of that machine there, and like huge? Sorry, there we go. We've got you. It's Michael Thorley. So,
how you doing?
Yeah, big congratulations to you, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, so for me in that car, it's probably a little underpowered compared to some of them out there. But coming down the straight, yeah, you just got the shakes, the wobbles, holding on for dear life. Throw it into the corner, and that's it. Just hold on.
Sponsors, NZ. You can't do it without the sponsors. I guess you can't really go drifting without them, mate.
We can't. It costs us too much money. As everyone knows, tyres are horrendous.
Horrendous.
They are. The cost. We go through a huge number. So NZ, yeah, Worth, New Zealand, Humu Tyres, Walsh Motorsport. Yeah, we've got heaps of sponsors on board. I could be here all day. But no one wants to hear that.
Well, but without them, of course, we can't do it. It's always good to give you guys the opportunity to actually talk about your sponsors because, that's so important. Do you have a media guy yourself? You got somebody that sort of follows you, what you do?
Yeah, so we've got Keegan from KCL Photography. He follows us every round, does all the photos, the videos for us.
That's one thing that drifting has over a lot of other motorsports or sports in general is that we know the importance of getting that exposure out to help out our sponsors to come back and also to show it to the fans, etc. I don't think there's anyone else that's got more than drifting fans, but look, let's go straight out to the Pro Championship. This is our next run of the day, second run in Jesse Greenslade. So a huge difference. 198 kilometre an hour entry. That's the same as Cole Armstrong did in the final last year versus Gaz White. 198. Would you be loving to pull those sort of speeds?
I would love to. Next year I'll be doing the same thing as Jesse, hopefully. Yeah, look at that on the sweeper. That is wicked. Little bobble at the end there. Totally different beast to drive.
So when we talk about driving, you yourself, you're leading the Pro Sport Championship, one hand on the championship. You've also crewed as well.
So talking to him and understanding how he's driving.
Wow, look at that,
definitely
76.5, angle huge, 29.5 in angle, so 25 and a 22, that's line and style. First place for Jesse Greenslade. This man here, you battled last year in the Pro Sport Championship, now stepped up to Pro, the Coastal Spa and Pool FC RX7, Geordie Cole.
Geordie Cole's on fire. Had a wicked run at Hampton. Look at that, on point there.
That is exactly where the judges wanted to see it. I'm not sure of the speed. I'll get that back as soon as I can. But this is a clean run for Geordie. He's done a great job since moving up into Pro.
He has. He's had a bit of a challenge picking up that speed, but he's on fire today. Definitely on the line.
So it was a 184 kilometre an hour entry, and this is where I think he's going to get scored well for. Is he was able, like first person we've seen in Pro anyway. We've only had two cars. This is the third car that's actually hit both the inside clip, front, rear clip, and set himself up for those last two corners. And he's got to try and push for. Here we go. Second place, 72.5, 26, 24.5. So marked down on angle, but style great with a 22. Second place for Geordie Cole. He'll be happy.
Nice run by Geordie.
Well, Liam Burke, another man you've battled in the past in the Pro Sport Championship, again moving up into Pro, the measure up flooring S13 with the mighty 2JZ power plant. Nice and wide, but probably a little bit shallow coming through that section.
He looked like he entered a little bit later.
And that's what happens, isn't it? We
definitely
talked to Cole
offline
Armstrong about this, and so 174 kilometre an hour was the entrance speed for Liam Burke.
So for the pros, as they enter, if they enter late on that second initiation zone, it does push them wide, which was where the judges don't want you to be, as you can see here.
So the judges want to see entering from the left-hand side and
coming through in the middle of the section, crossing over to the right, which is where that clip is. And as you can see just then, Liam was on the right-hand side of the track and way offline and way away from the clips.
So we'll wait to see. This is another man that he's having, I think this is his third round back of the D1NZ, of course, is Shane Allen in the Mount Shop Rattler Falcon. I've got to say, make sure I say Rattler Falcon, not Mustang. It must be nice if you're the likes of these guys here. Which one should we use? Should I use the Mustang? Should I use the Falcon?
Wouldn't you love it? Take it out, just do a lap of each and just work out the best car for the track. Yeah. Dreams, eh? That's what dreams are made of, Steve.
What sort of points advantage have you had coming into this round over the opposition? Here we go. Third place, 51.5, so not a great score. 18, 19, 14. Third place, Lemberg.
But he's got plenty of area to improve on.
Certainly does.
Yeah.
This is one of the things you have is I compare it to like a serve in tennis. You've got the first one, you set a score. The second one, you try to improve.
Yes, definitely. It's good having the live stream, so as a driver, we can come back, we can see the judges' score, so we can actually watch our run, and then we can see where we need to improve on. It's good because the crowd want to see a perfect run.
Absolutely. Well, let's see what the Rattler Falcon can do this time. Sponsored by the Mount Shop, Shane Allen behind the wheel. Now, he's set up early coming into this one here, but he's certainly online at this point here. Let's see what he can do off here, though, and same with the rear bumper.
Yeah, like my front bumper. So, yeah, he was offline coming through that sweeper. Nice coming out of the section, though. So yeah, some of them have the headsets. Look at that.
That's not a bad score, actually. He's got into third place, 20.5, angle 23.5. So scored well on that, 17 in style. So Zach Pohl certainly beating him up on style, and that would have been, there's obviously a couple of small mistakes again, I guess, coming offline. Jerry Zoo, OG Drift. Let's see what he can do in that 2JZ powered S15.
So Jerry got knocked out Cole last round, didn't he? Down to Hampton Downs? Can't remember.
Remember.
Yeah, so he did, so that was good. So let's see how he
183
goes.
kilometre an hour entry for Jerry Zoo, firing through onto the back straight in the NOB buildings.
So there you go, Jerry Zoo.
Third place, 63 moves up, 21.5, 23.5, good angle score, and style 18. Zach Pohl, he's been he's marking people down in style, but he has been consistent. If you actually look at the bracket where he scores people, they are all in between that sort of maybe 7 points between this highest and lowest score. You've got to do something pretty impressive to keep that man happy.
Well, if you look at how Zach drives the car, he's very aggressive, wicked to watch. So
he's been out today. I saw him turning laps. All right, Andrew Redwood, our next car out. His first run of the day, round 4 of the D1NZ National Drifting Championship. Of course, the Nanking Tyres FC RX7.
I love watching Andrew drift. He's
it's just an angle
driver.
king. I mean, that's why they call him the angle king. Look at that. Coming through, hitting his clips, 191 kilometre an hour entry for Andrew Redwood.
And to hold the angle all the way around the sweeper.
So next car out will be the Link ECU S13 Little Stewie Baker, but 22, 23, 24.
69 points.
Not bad for him. What was that, second place, I think, or third?
Third.
Glad you looked at the bottom right-hand side of that one there. All right, Green Slate still leads with 76.5. What can little Stewie Baker do as he fires it into the sweeper here at Pukekohe, round 4 of the D1NZ?
It looked a little shallow on that entry. Nice on the clips there.
Still 175 km/h entry for Stewie Baker in the Link ECU machine.
Bang on that last clip.
There we go, sixth place, 21.519 and a 757.5 for little Stewie Baker. So let's see what Troy can do. Very different driving style to his brother, but said that the cars actually feel very different. Different to each other, but a lot of it comes down to their driving style. So that's a nice start. He's come up, now he's setting himself up to come down. He has come off. Look at the angle though.
He reaches over to that clip.
So he has just missed that front clip. So I think it was a 167 as he fires through and finishes off the section. So still a clean. Scores are up. Troy Jenkins, 54.1 for 7th place. Style marked severely, 10 points, but angle was great, 24.5, and we saw that as he came out of the sweeper. Bruce Tannock, let's see what he can do in his first run today.
I would think he should be fast, but it doesn't look too fast, does it?
I'm guessing 170, but we'll find out. So nice inside line.
It's not really where they want you though. They want you in the that mid track.
166, so I've had confirmed as his speed coming through. So a little bit slower than what was expected.
You know, new drivers back on the judging panel.
So 54 points, 21, 22, and there goes the style drop. 7th position for Bruce Tannock.
So let's say you added on another 10 points for his speed. On
Then
style, it'd be up there, you know?
That'll be up there. So there we go. Zach Pole isn't being a meanie. Let's see what Ben Jenkins can do.
Pretty fast.
Now, he was the fastest person yesterday in the free practice session, which was a 203 km/h entry.
That's unreal.
Just insane. Have you you've ridden a shotgun?
No, so
190 for this one.
That's not bad. So I've battled Ben before, and he's compared to Troy, he's really aggressive. I've battled Ben and Troy.
So one thing I noticed, I look at Troy's quite a tactical
It's a bit more
drifter.
sedate, smoother.
Yeah, quite smooth, whereas Ben's quite prepared to kind of throw the car, muscle the car around.
He's an angrier driver. Look at that angle coming through there, eh?
He's got the lowest. Matty Hill always says he's got the least. Here we go, 4th place, 64.5, 22, 25.5 an angle, and style of 17 for Ben Jenkins. So a great run for him. Adam Davies, first run of the day in the Ryco Mimico machine. Mimico, of course, sponsoring the fastest speed. Now that was a
Look at that angle.
wild entry, right up the top end. Hits his first clip and the second. What can Adam do this time? Because you're allowed to hit the ripple strips. He has come off and missed his at 179, so he's only going to be marked down by half a point on Zach, because 180 is their entrance speed minimum.
That was a nice line.
179. So starts up high.
Starts
big
up
angle.
high, comes through that midsection, right to the inside there. Nice clip there.
But I just can't get how you guys can switch on that line so quickly.
Shorter chassis cars have a little advantage, but I don't know how we do it.
First place, 79 points, 28 in line, right on the line. Massive angle. Style only dropped half a point, so 23.5 is what he would have got. Marked down by 1 point for 179, not 180. But let's see what the King of Drift, Vincent Langhorne, can do. I'm sure that's got stock internals, but he just goes faster than everyone else. Oh,
He is an animal, Langhorne.
he is an absolute animal. Vinny Langhorne, well and truly off. He doesn't care. He loves battling.
He does.
So 175 km/h entry here for Vincent Langhorne. Just under 10K, just under 10,000 RPM. Judges' scores are up for Vinny. 67.5 for 5th position, 22.5, 25 and a 20 in style. Check out on Instagram at euphoric_motorsport. Well, here comes the scream. Loudest car in the D1NZ, Jaron Olive Crone of the Parts Trader NZ S14. What can he do?
Nice early entry there by Jaron.
Oh, I just love the scream. I hope it's as loud for you guys at home as it is for us here at Pukekohe. Now, he had his best result was last year. It was a 4th place at Manfield, his home round, of course, the final. 183, so a great start. We can see the judges, and they look pretty happy with what they saw. They're going straight to the replay here. I don't know, is it, so he's just off his clip here. kind of off there.
Oh,
That one,
that's
he
not too
grabbed
bad.
that one. He was half a metre off where he was supposed to be. That was a clip point.
Nice angle on that last one coming out. And
Yep.
when the smoke isn't as thick, that's when you're off.
Wow, there we go. Line 22, angle 27, style 20, 69 points for Jaron Olafkrona, 4th position. Not bad at all. All right.
Listen to Danem's car just popping all the way down there. Oh, it's Jace Brown, sorry.
It's Jace
Popping
Brown.
away.
That's a fast entry, surely. Let's see, hold on to it, Jace Brown,
he
and
doesn't.
just a reinitiation, she'll be fine. But gets back on it. If you're interested in going for a ride in that car there, pop down to the Spy. 188 was his entry speed. We've popped down to the Spy Optics tent tomorrow. Grab yourself. I think there's a raffle there. All the money's going, the proceeds are going to excuse me, sorry. So Danem Templeman's up next, I've just been told. Yeah, so they've got a raffle going out, and all the money and proceeds are going to charity. I'll find you the information. I've got it on my phone, but I'd have to, as we see the beautiful slow-mo replay exiting. That's such a cool car.
Have you been out in many of the cars, Steve?
Whose car have I been out in? I've been in... Coles was the first time I ever went drifting. The funniest one was I thought I was in an RB power plant in a Mimico machine once, and then found out that it was actually a rotary. I didn't find that out till a long time after. Here goes Zayden Templeman though in the NZ Motor Oils E46 BMW. He's generally good at keeping on his line. He's
a very technical driver.
Yeah.
Nice line. Look at that straight on the clip.
That's exactly where he needs to be.
There, runs to the outside and comes back through the last bit. So nice run by Danem there.
He wants to... Hang on, here's Jace Brown. He's got 14th place, 46 points. So style marked down heavily, 16 and 19 on line in angle for Jace Brown. So into the...
How come we're only just seeing Jace's score? Was Danem's run...
So we've seen the first. We missed it on the. We missed Jace's score because I think one of the things that the judges have to do is check to ensure that cannot. I use the word reinitiation. That's just my way of trying to get every person into the main game. We'll have a look at Danem's score coming up next though. So we weren't able to do it. They just had to go through. But 19, 22 and 20, 61 point run. I really thought that he would have done better than 9th place. Where did he get marked? Line.
That sweeper at the
Yeah,
end.
so that's where it was. It looked good in the first shot. It was in the replay that showed us. Carl Thompson, though, let's see what he can do. The crazy man adrift. Oh, now he's going to get marked down for that. You were not allowed to essentially be sideways on as you initiated.
No loss of traction on the opposite direction, correct?
Yeah.
But that is some wicked angles there, isn't it?
185 kilometres an hour. He wasn't trying. Power's out.
Half throttle.
Half throttle. He's...
Look at the angle though on the sweeper.
So this is where he wasn't allowed to do that. You can see the smoke come off. If we didn't have that telltale smoke, he would have got away with it.
Look at that angle, and he holds that angle all the way around.
Now, hopefully the judges aren't actually listening to our commentary because I wouldn't want
They
to.
won't.
But at 100 points, judges, no, they're not. Can't even make them smile.
99, you can't have a perfect run.
Chuck another one in then, Steve, if you think you're that good. Chuck another one. Carl Thompson, 4th place. So 23.5, 27 an angle. What a score. Style 21, 71.5 for 4th place. Carl Thompson and his little princess, little Ellie in this shot. She's a great little girl.
So cool when your kids are here watching you as well.
Well, Fang is certainly one. He doesn't go anywhere without his Kate.
Does that look slow to you?
Oh, it just looks Fanger. It's cool.
It's a
Oh, look at the
wicked
angle.
car,
Let's
isn't
3-wheel it up again. Look at him go.
So I bet you he never has to replace those front tires. They don't touch the track at all.
All right, judges' scores are up for 3rd place, 73. 26, huge angle, 28. And style, 19, 3 points. So, wow, I mean, I wonder if that was a higher score marked down on speed. But Fanger, 3rd place. He'll be happy. Let's see what the pack and say. Botany Downs S15 RB powered machine. Ben Wilkinson, that was a fast entry.
Yeah, a couple of years ago he went in the wall there. So
He certainly did. Now that's a good way to grab that outside clip. You've just got to hold on to it. But 186 kilometres an hour. A few mistakes coming out though. But he probably needed to make those mistakes because if he didn't, he was going to turn the car around.
correct.
So he's come through 186 entry, good speed, good angle, can't quite bring the nose down, so he's had to go up and give it another take. Missed over here, but at this point here, if he straightened up, the score would be, like the run would be gone. So you might as well take the points deductions for running the ripple strip. Now ripple strip is in, isn't it?
Ripple strip is in, grass is out. Yeah.
Then he should just hang
rounds
around.
to go.
Hang around to hang around to the end of qualifying. 13th place with a 59, so good angle 24, but marked down in style with a 16. Line was 19 for Ben Wilkinson at Wilkinson Motorsport on Instagram. Check him out. Next battle, well, he's going to battle qualifying. Dave Stedman, the Ryko 24/7 Mimico S14. So that's an RB32 as well, I think. I got growled the other day because I called it a 30.
Just a little bit more fuel in the other way.
Is that what it is? Well, there's a good start for him at 189 kilometres an hour.
A little off on the clippers.
No, we don't. You've got to say he's from Taron. So that's the Foreman's Automotive S15. I'm sure the team back at home in Australia, mate. 8th place though, 22, 27, great angle. Knocked down slightly in style, 68 points for Dave Stedman. All right, Matty Hill. As I was saying, big shout out to everyone at home in Australia. Let's see what the Foreman's Automotive pilot can do as he battles the huge power plant of the 2JZ in the S15. Oh, that was a nice line.
Nice line through there. On
So
that flip.
179 km an hour. Look at the smoke. That's going to be good for style points of smoke. It doesn't look like you're wearing something. His one's the same thing. Here's Matty Hill, 22.5, 25.5, 23 in style, 6th place. Well done, Matty Hill, 71 points. But yeah, little Ellie Thompson's, she's got the proper moulded earplugs that your dad would have, so that she doesn't look like she's wearing them, but she's actually got them firmly plugged, and they drop about 25 dB, which is...
That's good, yeah.
Well, this is a man you've spotted for before. The man that you once crewed for, leading the championship in the Pro Championship for the D1NZ, Darren Kelly, and the Nissan New Zealand Nismo R35 Skyline. Now, this hasn't got a 30 in it, hasn't got a 32. Let's go all the way to a 34.
The big boy engine, yep. Was that that was the first 34, RB34 to be done, I believe?
New Zealand or the world?
New Zealand, yeah.
You always let somebody else spend the money on technology and you just grab it. Okay, this is cool.
That's smart drifting.
That is smart drifting. That's smart motorsport in general, isn't it?
That's it.
All right, let's see what Darren Kelly can do as he fires off down the front straight here at Pukekohe. Round 4 of the D1NZ. That's fast.
That is fast. Hugging the inside line a little
Oh,
wide. Did
he's
he bring
off.
it over? It brings it over to that clip, that's nice.
There's no wang for him.
Not that speed.
191 kilometres an hour was the speed, so nice finish, of course, offline, so he might get good score for angle and style, but I think Duncan's going to score him down for the line, so that was a problem. He shallowed up too much coming through the sweeper, and that put him offline coming through for the... We still grabbed the outside clip though, so
He got it, but he was over on the track, so he probably had to slow up to come across.
but he's moving to Tauranga, so that should be a 100-point score.
110, wasn't it?
All right, Darren Kelly, 9th place, so
see, look at that line.
23-23, so...
Style was one of the higher ones though, 23.
Yeah, so good on style. That's Fanger running. Here's Fanger running too. Anyway, let's go back to the track. Down the front straight he goes in the V Energy G37 will do. Cole Armstrong 2 times and defending New Zealand Drift King. The power of V, let's see what he can do.
Right on that line through the sweeper. Comes over, hits those clips.
So miss the inside, but certainly grab the outside. 202 kilometre an hour entry. That's cool, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. He's now got his hand firmly on the fastest speed, sponsored by Kibelco.
202 k's an hour. That's that's insane.
So I've just been told that Gargan needs to replace an alternator belt.
Again, it's probably the 10th one this season.
Has he got crew down there to do it? Cole Armstrong, 3rd position, 75 points, 23 in line, 27 in angle, and a 25 in style. Obviously getting scored well for a 202 kilometre an hour and fastest so far entry at Pukekohe. So the fastest yesterday was 203 kilometres an hour. That was Ben Jenkins, but 202 in the official, the fastest official time. Cole Armstrong. So Armstrong sitting in 3rd place. Davies still at the top, 79. Greenslade 76.5 with Woolhouse 73 and Cole 72.5. All right, we got the next car out there will be the Chad McKenzie. What's happened here? And that is a 4 kilometre an hour entry into the sweeper. The Chad. I talked this up so much. What happened there, buddy? You might as well finish off this lap. So that looked like about 4 kilometres an hour. Just 100 or so less than what Cole Armstrong entered at 91 kilometres an hour. He does manage to grab the gears he needs, but you're going to need to go up and do something special in your second lap, the Chad. We're talking about second laps. It's time to go through and try out our second laps again. The Galore Parts Group 2JZ powered GT86. And Chad McKenzie, 0 in line, 0 in angle, 0 in style, current position 24. Let's see what Jake Jones can do. So Jake Jones, second run of the day, sets himself up nicely to come through the sweeper here at Pukekohe. Hits his inside clip, one wheel, maybe two off, we'll go with one. It'll be a points deduction for Jake Jones. And as he settles the car down to finish off the lap, 182 kilometre an hour. Big shout outs if you're watching at home at Facebook. Again, the people here at Pukekohe. Tomorrow was going to be a big day. Blacklion Tyres, official sponsors of the live stream for the D1NZ. Let's go to Jake Jones. 15th position was an improvement, was 61 point pass, 24, 23 and 14 in style for 15th. So improvement over the first run. Well, a lot of smoke to start. Grips up, but now it's time to lose it. As Jesse Greenslade running the outside. How good is this going to be? Come on, hit you and dives down, grabs the inside and outside. 185 kilometre an hour entry here in the sweeper at Pukekohe round 4 of the D1NZ Championship, of course, the Galore Parts Group Pro Championship. All right, let's see what the judges have got to say about Jesse Greenslade. Not an improvement of his first run, 27.5 great angle, but style dropped to 18, 66.5, current position second up, which was from his first run of the day. Geordie Cole, let's see what he can do this time in the FC RX-7, sponsored by Coastal Spa and Pool. Sets himself up nicely. Shallow coming through the sweeper. Will be, no, he kept himself on line though. Nice work by Geordie Cole, keeps himself on that white line too. So 189 kilometre an hour. A great entry into the sweeper here at Pukekohe. Unlike, I mean, one of the things that you often see is you'll see somebody come in. Let's have a look and see. Not an improvement. 5th position still after his first run. A 66.5 point run. So Liam Burke sets himself up nicely, slightly offline as he comes through and hits that inside clip. 179 kilometre an hour was the speed as they fire up through and finishes off the lap. We'll go straight to the TTI replay. So straight down the front straight, 179 kilometres an hour, enters right on time, but you see a big mistake there. Slight bobble as he resets that car up, misses the inside clip and does the same with the outside clip, so is going to be marked down on line. Comes through though, fires up and out to finish off the section here, and that measure up flooring S13. Just waiting on the judge's decision to be flashed out on screen. Here we go, Liam Burke, line 21, angle 22.5, style 17th. An improvement after his first run, 60.5, current position 18th for Liam Burke, last year's Pro Sport champion. Well, what can Shane Allen do as he enters? So nice speed. Sets himself up, runs inside, but now comes out to that midline and grabs the inside clip. What was that? So 192 kilometre an hour entry and coming through to finish for Shane Allen. Nice looking second part. So let's have a look at the front. So starts up, gets on the handbrake, starts dialing in the angle, loud pedal. But this is interesting. So grabs the inside clip. And it was, yeah, that was just an interesting transition. And 23.5 in style for 15, 58 points. So not as good as his first pass. Shane Allen finishes with 15th position. Big shout out to Kester Olive Krona watching at the Spates Ale House in Dunedin. as Jerry Zoo takes on. Now that's good line. Can he bring the nose down? He is offline. Comes through and he's offline on the outside clip, but running some good angle as the judges watch him fire out through this final section. Jerry Zoo, 14th place, not as good as his first run, 20.5, 24.5, and 12 in styles. So marked down heavily in style. A lot of that will be to do with his entry speeds coming into the sweeper. What can look at this car go? Big angle. Can he bring the, wild angle. Can't quite bring the nose down. Slightly off. Andrew Redwood, what are you doing? So 194 kilometres an hour. I think 5K is slightly slower. Might have allowed that car to reach 0, or is it going to be just a low score? And it will be 3-0's 8th position after his first run, 69-0 in the second. So still in the top 16. 8th is the place you want to be, or the minimum place. Little Stewie Baker, what can he do? Slight correction coming through, still running the midline. Just off the inside clip. And the same thing through the outside, but big speed. So 176 kilometres an hour for Stewie Baker as he comes through and finishes off the section here. Here's D1NZ. Okay, hang on. 22, 26, and 17 for Stewie Baker. Was an improvement. Second run, 65, and current position of 13th. Big thank you again to Blacklion, our live stream sponsors. Get a chance, jump onto their Facebook page. Like Blacklion. Troy Jenkins fastest yesterday. Can he make it fastest today? 202 kilometres an hour for Cole Armstrong. We'll find out what Troy did. Look at the angle. So 179 kilometres an hour. Hard on the gas. We should certainly be marked up for style. So Troy Jenkins, 22, huge angle, 29, looked amazing. Style of 18, 69, good improvement, moving himself into 8th position. Great run by Troy Jenkins. Bruce Tannock, what can he do? Certainly looks like a faster start than what he had in the first run. Certainly bringing the nose down, snaps back with the rear, filling out those clips as the judges would like. 176 kilometre an hour entry into the sweeper here, and powers back out to finish. And 22.5, 23, and an 18 for a 63.5 improvement into the top 16. 16th place for Bruce Tannock. This time it'll be Ben Jenkins who makes his way into the sweeper here at Pukekohe. That's some angle, stacking it on. Needs to hit his clips though. Gets the nose down, fills it with the rear. And 198 kilometres an hour for Ben Jenkins. What a drive. Look at the TTI replay, 198 kilometres an hour, and then he feeds it a whole lot of opposite lock and says, let's go left to go right. So 21, 27.5, great angle, 22 in style, 8th position with an improvement of 70.5 for Ben Jenkins. Don't forget, check them out on Instagram at Team Jenkins Motorsport. Well, it's Adam Davies' second run of the day. He leads qualifying. Can he improve in the Ryco 24/7? Mimico, 180, that 13B turbo, all spooled up and ready to go. We need to switch back to the action. What's happened here? So he comes through, hits the inside clip, 183 kilometre an hour, and fires on through. Apologies for that at home. We'll go straight to the TTR replay anyway. Just had a moment. Drivers allowed the moments. We're allowed to have the same thing with our broadcasting gear. Into the left-hander, huge angle too. Now, of course, he is leading qualifying. Great shot to finish. Big thank you to the broadcasting team bringing us the action live and free. So Vincent Langhorne, the euphoric motorsport machine, will be up next. Let's see what Adam Davies has done in his second run. 79 points, he leads qualifying. Is it an improvement? Is it the same? We're about to find out. So 68.5, 22, 24.5, and a 22 current position is still first place based off that 79-point run in his first run of the day. Vinny Langhorne, it's his turn again. So shallow line to start, big speed there. Look at the angle though, Vincent Langhorne. He's an absolute animal in that Laurel, powering out of the circuit. He doesn't care. Live stream sponsors. Vincent Langhorne, 18, 22 in angle, style of 20. A drop down from his first run, 60 points, 14th place for Vinny Langhorne. Jaron Olive Crone of the Parts Trader NZ V12. This is the Formula One car of drift. Jaron, now that is a shallow start. Does wash out, grabs the inside clip. 181 kilometres an hour for Jaron, but he's just dancing and prancing that machine around Pukekohe. Nice clean run, Jace Brown. So if you want to win a hot lap in the 07 Frankenstein, shoot down a Luxio or Spy Optics New Zealand and buy a raffle ticket, $5 for one ticket or 5 tickets for $20 to go for a ride in this machine here. That's the 07 Vitor Tyres Frankenstein machine. Look how far up the track. A little bit too far, but pretty and green, cutting the grass. Jace Brown, 181 kilometre an hour entry. I don't think that was any wheels off because this guy is too cool. The Vitor Tyres machine powering out of the circuit. So look, he is certainly supporting SMA. So if you want to buy a ticket, shoot down tomorrow and grab a chance to win a hot lap. It's $5 a ticket, $20 for 5 tickets, and all the proceeds are going to go to SMA for Lincoln's Journey, which is for spinal muscular atrophy. And I'll learn how to say that properly by tomorrow. So get in behind him, obviously representing the cure for SMA. So Jace Brown, 000, 23rd position after the 46 in his first run. Carl Thompson, his turn this time. Big shout out to little Ellie if she's watching her daddy at home. And of course Jolly as well. So hard into the right-hander here at Pukekohe. Look at the angle as he fires it in, hits the inside clip, takes out the outside clip and sets himself up. So 180, that's the exact speed the judges want to see Carl Thompson power out of the circuit with. There we go, not an improvement, 23, 25.5 an angle, so that was good style, marked down slightly, 22, 6th position for Carl Thompson in the 666 machine. Dane Templeman this time. Starts up high, runs that inside line and brings the nose down. What can he do? Inside clip, outside clip. Oh, looked like he was going to over-rotate, but huge angle for Dane Templeman in the NZ Motor Oil Zic E46 BMW. Almost Dane Templeman, I knew it would be good. 79 points, 27 huge on line, great on angle, style 25, position 2. Great drive by Dane. It looked good, but can this man here make it any better? It's Fanger Dan. Oh, Fanger's gone right up the top, running 3 wheels. You don't get more angle than Fanger Dan. And look at that car, it's just dancing and prancing with the Mustang. 3-wheeling it back out. 180 kilometre an hour entry. Watching Fanger rocking that car over is certainly something to be seen. And certainly if you're at home, if you're here at the track, you get to hear it. If you're at home, you get to watch it. How good is this score going to be for Fanger Dan Woolhouse? Is this going to top first position? You saw the angle coming through that first part of the section. What's it going to be? It's going to be the best score you're going to see today. Maybe line 29, angle 31.5, style 26, 86.5. First place for Fanger Dan Woolhouse. What a drive. Ben Wilkinson up now in the Pack and Say Botany Downs S15 with the RB32 under the bonnet. Here's another man you can see as we get deeper into qualifying, the scores start to turn up. And this is a great run as well for Ben Wilkinson. He powers out of this section. The judges might have some work to do. So 185. All right, the judges have deliberated, and I knew it was going to be good. 27.5, angle 29, style 27. Well done, Ben Wilkinson. 83.5. You, sir, are now in second position. So what can Dave Stedman do? So what have we got? Woolhouse, Wilkinson, Davies, Templeman, and Greenslade as Dave Stedman sets himself up. He's got big angle, but slightly offline coming through the sweeper. So 182 kilometre an hour was the entry speed for Dave Steadman in the Max Muffler Mimico Ryko machine. Line 22, angle 27, style 22, 71 points, an improvement after his first run, which was 68. But only good for 9th position, shared with Matty Hill out on track. Can he improve his score? That looked like a fast start. Matty Hill, slight correction, gets right up, hits the green stuff. And cuts the grass, bounces over. Certainly not the way that Matty Hill. But of course, with an entry speed of 196 kilometres an hour, it is of no surprise. So needed a whole lot more angle to maybe scrub off and sacrifice that speed so he could get himself in as he bounces up and down. So we'll see 3 donuts for the score for Matty Hill. 1, 2, 3, position 10. 71 points after his first run. Darren Kelly will be the next out though. Really wish you guys could see the preview screen that I'm seeing. All right, let's see what this man here can do. He's out of the top 10, wanting to make his way into it. Darren Kelly. He leads the championship. Certainly missed a couple of clips, but certainly running loud. 187 kilometre an hour as he comes to the speed to beat is 196. That's been eclipsed by Cole Armstrong himself, sitting on a 202. Okay, 19 for line. Angle is 22 and style for 22. 63 point run in the second. Not enough to improve after his first run. 15th place for Darren Kelly, our series leader. Here comes his teammate though in the V Energy G37. It is Cole Armstrong, and that's some nice angle to start with. Sitting there inside line, outside clip, setting himself up to take on the final 178, so a lot slower than actually over 20 kilometres an hour. R32.4, so 6th position with a 69.5. Not an improvement after his first run for Cole Armstrong, the man with the one on his door, current and defending 2 times New Zealand Drift King. Gargan Kang. So Gargan sets himself up, running high. And this is his one and only pass after missing his first pass. Needs to settle that car down. And Gargan, I think, will power up and finish up. 179 kilometers. Well, we're just waiting on one car now. He didn't have the great... Okay, we've got one of our D1NZ team practicing his drifting antics, wearing his red band gumboots. He's just scrubbing. If that was Jake Jones scrubbing, that would be called a squid ring. All right, Gargan Kang, 20th position, 21.5, 20.5, and style of 20 for a 62-point run. That was his second run of the day, missing his first. Chad McKenzie, let's make sure he's got gears this time. The Chad re-enters the D1NZ Pro Championship, and this is essentially his first time on track as a pro driver for 2019. And a nice... So 161 point entry, certainly grabbed that inside clip on the way out, great. So just waiting to see the results come through. Big thank you to all of our sponsors, etc. for coming along. Of course, Galore Parts Group, Turbo Smart, distributed by North Shore Toyota, Cooper Tyres, your local tyre guys, Blacklion, Panhead, Casper Transmissions, NZ Vapor, DKM Fabrication, Mimico, V Energy, and TTI. So just waiting on results to come through as I see a few different previews, etc. on the screens in front of me. So certainly hope you've enjoyed yourself here with the D1NZ, the first day, qualifying day. Of course, tomorrow we've got the 4th round when we go into battles. Seeing if we can find, we're going to get some results come up on screen. Just waiting on our team to fire through. There goes our amazing drifters. All right, line 22.5, angle 23, style. Oh, the Chad, you've So 5.5, current position of 24th. You get to go. Well, let's have a look at the top 10 for the Pro Championship. So in 10th place out of Australia with 71 points is Matty Hill. In 9th position with 71 as well, Dave Steadman. In 8th place on a 71.5, Carl Thompson. 72 points for Geordie Cole in 7th place. And Cole Armstrong, 75 points for 6th. Jesse Greenslade, 76.5 points for 5th place. Danon Templeman, 4th place with a 79, equal with 3rd place. Adam Davies, 79 as well. Ben Wilkinson, what a result for him, 83.5 for 2nd. And for yet another round in a row, on 86.5 points, Fanger Dan Woolhouse. Top points again, moving his way up as well in the Pro Championship, brought to us by Galore Parts Group, of course, Fanger and the amazing machine. You know what? Let's have a look right now at the TTI replay of Fanger Dan, the second run of the day, firing it into Pukekohe. Starts right up the top and three-wheeling it, sets himself up. Huge angle, great line, and all the style in the world for that beautiful 900 horsepower Mustang. That's the Castrol New Zealand Century Batteries machine. Fanger Dan Woolhouse. Well, thank you very much, guys, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to the D1NZ National Drifting Championship. Steve Daniel, part of your commentary team. Don't forget, join us tomorrow for live action out on track. If you're coming along, make sure you do so. Of course, you can tune in via Facebook. Again, thank you very much for coming along, for enjoying the action here at Pukekohe. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.